Welcome back to the war. Today we are doing something a little different. A what if. Enjoy! Imagine a world where the Axis powers triumphed, where the swastika flies over capitals worldwide, and history took a darker, chilling turn. The ramifications of a Nazi victory in World War II would have reshaped our global landscape, culture, and politics in ways both horrifying and compelling. Join us at Legacy of War as we take a deeper look into this alternate reality, exploring the haunting what-ifs of a world dominated by the Third Reich. Before we start the video, don't forget to check out our selection of playlists. We cover other wars like Vietnam, the World Wars, as well as Viking and Roman times. We will also be adding to our collection soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now relax and enjoy the video. That's an order. The dawn of a new Reich. Picture a triumphant Adolf Hitler standing atop the Eiffel Tower, the ultimate symbol of Nazi dominance over Europe. In this alternate timeline, the Nazis successfully executed their plan to conquer Europe, establishing the new order. The fall of Britain in 1941 marked a turning point, with Winston Churchill executed and the British Isles transformed into a vassal state under German control. The Nazi regime extended its iron grip across the continent, eradicating resistance and enforcing strict Aryan supremacy. Berlin, now called Germania, became the epicenter of this new world. Architectural grandeur, inspired by Albert Speer's grand designs, reflected the regime's might. The world witnessed the establishment of a brutal totalitarian state where dissent was met with swift, merciless retribution. The Great Divide, the Americas under siege. What if the Statue of Liberty, instead of welcoming the tired and poor, bore the insignia of the Third Reich? The United States, having remained neutral initially, was forced to confront the Axis powers' expansion into the Western Hemisphere. A divided America faced internal strife as isolationist sentiments clashed with those advocating for resistance. The invasion of South America by Nazi forces and their collaboration with local fascist regimes created a southern front that threatened the stability of the entire continent. In this world, the U.S., led by President Charles Lindbergh, a known isolationist, found itself grappling with Nazi sympathizers and a population split on joining the war. The Japanese Empire, emboldened by its conquests in Asia and the Pacific, formed a formidable Axis alliance, putting immense pressure on American shores. The world's beacon of democracy was on the brink of collapse, fighting a desperate war on multiple fronts. The Holocaust expanded. Imagine a world where the horrors of the Holocaust were not a dark chapter, but an ongoing reality, shaping society's very core. In this grim reality, the Holocaust's atrocities were amplified and extended across the globe. The Nazis, unopposed, carried out their genocidal policies with ruthless efficiency. Europe became a vast network of concentration camps, ghettos, and mass graves, with millions more falling victim to the regime's twisted ideologies. The SS, under Heinrich Himmler, expanded their reach to Africa, Asia, and the Americas, implementing the final solution on a global scale. Entire ethnic groups were targeted, with cultural, religious, and political dissent crushed under the weight of the Nazi boot. The world witnessed the systematic eradication of diversity, with a future dominated by a single, terrifying vision of racial purity. The New World Order and the Cold War. Envision a Cold War not between the US and the Soviet Union, but between two brutal fascist regimes, each vying for ultimate global control. The Nazi victory reshaped global geopolitics, setting the stage for a new Cold War between the Third Reich and Imperial Japan. The world was divided into spheres of influence, with Europe, Africa, and parts of the Americas under Nazi control, while Asia and the Pacific were dominated by Japan. This alternate Cold War saw an arms race of unprecedented scale, with both regimes developing advanced nuclear weapons and space technologies. Espionage, propaganda, and proxy wars became the norm as the world teetered on the brink of nuclear annihilation. The Berlin-Tokyo axis created an uneasy alliance, with both powers constantly vying for dominance and resources. The cultural dystopia. What if every book, film, and song was a tool of propaganda, shaping minds and crushing free thought? In this world, the cultural landscape was radically altered. Art, literature, and media were strictly controlled, serving as instruments of Nazi propaganda. The regime promoted Aryan ideals, glorifying the Third Reich's achievements while erasing any trace of dissent or opposition. Education was heavily indoctrinated, with children taught to revere Hitler and embrace Nazi ideologies from a young age. Universities and intellectual discourse were purged of any undesirable elements, stifling innovation and creativity. The rich tapestry of global cultures was replaced by a homogenized, oppressive state narrative, where conformity was enforced and individualism was crushed. The economy of oppression. Picture a world where economic prosperity was built on the backs of the oppressed, where freedom was a distant dream. The Nazi economic model was built on exploitation and slave labor. Vast industrial complexes, fueled by the toil of millions of enslaved individuals, powered the Third Reich's war machine and its peacetime industries. The regime's economic policies favored the Aryan elite, creating a stark divide between the privileged and the oppressed. Global trade was dominated by Nazi-controlled corporations, with resources extracted from occupied territories to fuel the Reich's insatiable demand. The economy, while outwardly prosperous, was inherently unstable, relying on constant expansion and conquest to sustain itself. This exploitative system created a world of stark inequalities, with the majority of the population living in abject poverty and fear. Resistance and rebellion. Despite the crushing oppression, whispers of rebellion echoed across the world. Imagine the heroes who dared to defy the Nazi regime. Resistance movements, though brutally suppressed, persisted in various forms. Underground networks of rebels, freedom fighters, and partisans fought tirelessly against the Nazi regime. These groups, often fragmented and isolated, faced insurmountable odds, but remained a beacon of hope for a free world. The stories of these unsung heroes, from the French Maquis to the American resistance cells, highlighted the enduring human spirit's resilience and courage. Their clandestine operations, acts of sabotage, and efforts to save the persecuted kept the flame of liberty alive, even in the darkest times. The technological nightmare. What if the technological advancements that define our world were twisted into tools of tyranny? In this alternate reality, technological advancements were harnessed to maintain and enforce the Nazi regime's control. Surveillance technologies, developed to an Orwellian extreme, allowed the regime to monitor and control every aspect of citizens' lives. The Gestapo's reach extended into every home, with dissenters swiftly identified and eliminated. Medical and scientific research, unbound by ethical considerations, led to horrific experiments on human subjects. The pursuit of eugenics and racial purity saw the development of advanced biotechnologies aimed at manipulating and controlling human genetics. The dark side of scientific progress cast a long shadow over humanity, with technology serving as both a tool of oppression and a weapon of war. The legacy of war. Reflect on a world where the legacy of World War II was not peace and progress, but perpetual conflict and fear. The legacy of a Nazi victory in World War II would be a world marred by continuous conflict and fear. The dream of a peaceful, united global community would be replaced by an endless struggle for dominance, with freedom and democracy becoming distant memories. The atrocities committed by the Third Reich would leave deep scars on humanity, shaping a future defined by oppression, suffering, and resistance. The hope for a better world, though dimmed, would persist in the hearts of those who remembered the ideals of freedom and justice. This dark chapter of history would serve as a constant reminder of the horrors of totalitarianism and the enduring importance of fighting for a free and just world. Conclusion. The chilling alternate history of a world where Nazi Germany won World War II offers a stark reminder of the fragility of freedom and the resilience of the human spirit. As we explore these dark what-ifs, let us remember the sacrifices of those who fought against tyranny and the importance of safeguarding our democratic values. Join us at Legacy of War as we continue to delve into the pivotal moments of history that shaped our world, reflecting on the past to build a better future. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Check back in again soon. Salute.